We were just talking about Mesopotamia yesterday.
yeah. In the temple schools of Mesopotamia, students learned exorcism rituals, how to mix healing at, autonomy, autonomants, perform astrology, and how to cure demonic possession. While these skills may seem archaic now, the temple schools actually served as the first medical schools. They even trained their students on the study of contract law, ethics, medical billing, and accounting. They were hubs of intellectual activity. The temple priests train uh, produced textbooks for to train young to train young ones, I guess. Thanks to the medic, meticulous record keeping of the Sumerians, archaeologists are able to study their early medical knowledge and religious beliefs.
How strategic do you feel like the record keeping was? Because you know how some cultures have no type of records of anything, and then there's like a document for everything in these regards. How strategic do you think this was,
Well, the
or if at
Sumerians
all?
were all about that. I mean, they were meticulous about keeping records, and the thing is, so is the Assyrians and the Babylonians, because they were after, or they were like the progenitors, I guess you could say, of what the Sumerians were. They were what came out of the Sumerian cultures, even though they're like different altogether. Like their languages were different because the Sumerians ended up merging with the Akkadians, and then the Akkadians and well, the Akkadians just vanished. I mean, they vanished, and the Sumerians, their empire fell. But then there was the Assyrians that stepped in and just took over everything. You know, so they had the Sumerian language, which the Babylonians freaking kept intact, and it was important for their students to learn, or their priests especially, to learn Sumerian, even though the rest of their population wrote in Akkadian, and then eventually Semitic, writings. Because back then that was the big deal. Like Semitic writing was the most. It was the most, or is the easiest to use.
Why is that? Or if you know why is that? Well, is it just by demeanor or
Well,
nature, or
from what I've learned, the Sumerian language was very complicated in the way that it was written. Me let my cat out the door.
you have a cat? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness! Your cat goes outside
I'll be right back. Yeah.
by herself?
But yeah, not
You let her
back.
outside in the wilderness?
Him. I'll let him outside. There ain't no
Him out
wilderness.
in the wilderness? It's
It's not.
outside by himself?
He loves it out there. I have
My
to
baby, and comes
freaking.
home?
I've had to force him to come in the house. The only thing he wants to come in the house for is food.
Stop playing. Are you kidding me? My cat is a cuddly butterly. She's hiding under the bed somewhere. She don't even like to be held, but she'll like to come up. Like lately, her new thing is jumping on my chest and just laying on my chest and staring at me. What's wrong with you, psycho? What are you doing? And she'll like sit in. I think because we like we play with each other, so she'll just like sit there and she'll just stare at me on the corner, and she'll literally just be staring. and staring and staring. Like, you know how they make cats seem? She's like acting. It's like she knows that I've seen too many cat memes and now she would like to play the part. She's insane all of a sudden. That's crazy. You let your baby outside by herself. I would never. She runs when I open the door, and we have a pool in the back, so she really trips.
I don't even.
They cannot stand with her.
I don't even know what to say about that. Now, the thing that you're saying about like the Acadians' language was easier to write and to speak and stuff, and that's the reason why eventually everybody just kind of started doing the Acadian language over the Sumerians, and it just phased out. You know, I mean, you're talking about like thousands of years, and like, you know how they have, you know, where we were just reading about the Ian of Horus and Isis and all that.
Yeah.
Those,
Oh, can I ask you another question about ISIS? Maybe
uh,
you told me this. We talked about this. ISIS and Esther. Is it portrayed that ISIS and Esther are the same? Is there some type of
and who? Isis and who?
ISIS and Easter? Easter?
Oh
Easter.
no, Ishtar. No,
Yes. No,
I
that's what I said. It was another lady, and I said that because I was
now
right, and I like
Ishtar.
that.
Well, you might get somebody who's really hardcore into Zechariah Sitchin there to come up with that. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
like there, I just don't see that as being
Wait,
nothing that
hold
I've
on. They're
heard of.
into what? Hold on. Time out. They're into what?
That somebody that's like into like Zechariah Sitchin. Have you ever heard of Zechariah Sitchin?
No, can you tell me more?
Zechariah Sitchin is the one who came out with the Anunnaki and Nibiru, and how they were the aliens who came into Earth and genetically modified humans to where we could be smart and work for them as slave labor.
I didn't know it was a slave labor because I know even the Pleiadians talk about Pleiadians. I think I say it wrong every time, but they were talking about us having some type of power given to us, and the people of Earth initially were gods, like I be saying, and then there was separation of the people, and the separation of the people wouldn't see, and maybe that was the aliens that she was talking about, and there were some that made the people weak instead of allowing them to maintain the power. So maybe
Yeah.
that's
Now,
360.
the reason why I mentioned the whole thing about the Sumerians and stuff is because, like, when it comes to like magic, like, the Greeks are the ones who started the great houses, like the Age of Aquarius and all of that. You know, they started grouping up the constellations and stuff, but before all of that happened, it was just the basics. You know what I mean? The astronomers back during the time of Sumeria, the Sumerians, even like the Babylonians, they didn't do stuff like that. They were into astronomy and they did it very well. It's just they didn't group them up like that.
See, and I didn't know. Like I'm about to look up Zacharias and
In the
Can you spell I'm going to need you to spell the aliens for me. But again, the name of the aliens that made the humans
Anunnaki.
into slaves. Anunnaki. I heard that there's a movie about them, isn't it? Or no? Are you laughing? No. And I was about to tell you about the collected work of Aleister Crowley. I have that on Apple.
Okay.
I just haven't started reading it yet. But well, it says I completed 1%, but not really. And then
Anunnaki is a movie. It's Anunnaki.
ANU. So it is a movie. See, I know I wasn't reading it. I heard it up from that only Anunnaki. But the Anunnaki, like I Anunnaki, something religious. Oh, look at the rainbow! Oh my goodness, it rained and it's such a pretty rainbow now. Okay, but okay, wait, that's so nice. Anunnaki, here you go. And
Yeah, they have these pictures right here. They like to do on the Wikipedia, which is the Anunnaki. Um, Let me see if I got that showing on the stream. No. Yeah, let me see here. Anunnaki images.
I'm looking for that.
There you go. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, I can. I had it too zoomed in. See,
Now
look,
see
that's crazy.
that Anunnaki is supposed to be the deity that's sitting down, okay? And if you look at him, if he was to stand up, he would be taller than the images that are facing him,
Yeah, his
okay?
legs look like the height of their body.
So the Anunnaki are supposed to be like giants, and they're supposed to live very, very long lifespans compared to what we live. Now, freaking, you notice over here that you got this one that's looking away from
Yeah,
him,
on the left
not
side.
towards him. I know that that has some significance. I just can't remember what it is exactly. Over here you have the wheat, which is all around right there, which represents freaking crops and stuff like that, because with the Sumerians the crops were very important.
I was looking for why the figure was looking away. Mankind's forgotten creators. Reign of the Anunnaki. Meet the Mesopotamian demons. Definitely not.
But these are some of the stuff that Zechariah Sitchin got into, and he was really into all that. I mean, like really into it. He would. He's the one that pretty much inspired ancient astronauts and stuff like that. That
He inspired. Wait, hold on. He
he
inspired the.
inspired them. You know, when
Hmm.
you hear about ancient astronauts and stuff, he's the one who actually inspired people into believing in ancient astronauts. A lot of people criticize him today for a lot of the stuff that he said, but
Like what? Like what for his beliefs in the.
well, he came out with a book called The 13th Planet, and
What
uh,
this book is for?
the thing is there isn't 13 planets, you know, and he had something that he said that the first planet would start from the outside, the outer part of the solar system, and then the last planet would be the one closest to the sun, because as a spaceship comes into our solar system, that's how they would perceive the planets. The first one would be the first planet they encountered. You see. So the
Shouja.
13th planet would be the 13th planet closest to the sun. And back then he said that there was Tiamat, and there was the planets that were in our solar system wasn't the same as what they are now.
So you know how there's like a Sirius B and a Sirius A planet? Have you heard of this now?
Sirius A and they're talking about Sirius as the is like constellation, right?
Yeah. Well, no. So okay. Well, maybe you're telling me something, but just from what I heard and what I experienced, supposedly it's supposed to be an advocate for those two to become actual recognized as actual planets.